It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Journey Through Stuck broadcast on the Divas That Care network. Follow all the amazing women and all the awesome interviews and discussions on www.divasthatcare.com. I'm Coach Crazy Cat, and I am the tour guide from Stuck and a recovering perfectionist. And I love to jump on and interview other inspiring women on how they've overcome Stuck and how they're sharing what they've learned so that we all can help each other get unstuck. And I'm on with the beautiful Carrie Marie, super inspiring, mom of three humans and 3 cats. Loves all animals and loves all people. And she is always going live on Facebook, sharing the light and the love and sharing tips on how to get unstuck. Most of it is primarily related on your body, but she talks about all the areas that we talk about in the Journey Through Stuck, which is your body, your mind, your heart, and your spirit. You need balance in all 4. So Carrie, tell us a little bit about how you were stuck and you overcame that and you're helping other people now.
Yes. So with being a mother, I found myself in a place in my life where, I just was always going, running around for the kids, taking care of them, of course, involved in school stuff and scouts and clubs and church and all of these things. I was just kind of spreading myself too thin and getting involved in everything and worrying about everybody else and what they had going on. And I was not focused on myself at all. I actually kind of forgot to take care of myself. And I found myself really out of shape. I hadn't worked out in years and years. I found myself a bit overweight. I was actually experiencing major health problems and was diagnosed with something. I won't get into the details, but I was diagnosed with some things, digestive wise. And and then as soon as I kind of realized, whoa, what am I doing to myself? How can I care for others and not care for myself? And so I just, I felt like I was stuck. I had just been going through the motions and doing the do and not paying attention really to what was going on around me. And then all of a sudden, woke up one day, found myself in bad health, realized my kids are like so old now. And I just feel like I almost missed out, because I wasn't fully in the moment. And so I started, researching different ways that I could start getting my body back into shape. So I started doing some workouts at home, then started going to a gym, and I just kind of transitioned my the way that I was eating. And the good thing is I was able to overcome that what they said was going to be a lifelong disease. And I don't have to be on any medicine because I handle that naturally. And what I found along the way is that, by, using some natural supplements and keeping my body active and my mind active every day, it has changed so much. I just cannot even believe how good not only do I feel, but I feel like I'm able to care for other people better. And in turn, I'm able to share things that I've been able to do. And I'm still always learning. There's always something to learn. And personal development has been huge for me, attending trainings, reading books, listening to podcasts, and, and your mission and what you're doing is so helpful for things like this, for people like me who find themselves in this area that that you're just stuck and you don't know really what to do to get out of that and to move forward, and start working toward our own health all over in all 4 of those areas that you talked about, but also, how can we now start achieving our goals and dreams in life? And so it's been such a huge transformation for me and my own health. I was able to lose a lot of weight, keep it off. I did put on a few during this last year of COVID because our gym unfortunately closed. So I wasn't quite as active as I had been, although you can probably see in the background, I've got my kickboxing bag. I need to get back into kickboxing. I just... my best friend and I actually just started working out daily on FaceTime again, which is so nice because we get to see each other more, even though it's virtual. We get to see each other a lot more and keep our bodies active. And, it's just, I feel like we all need that. We need to have interaction with other people to keep our sanity, but also keep our bodies moving.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Sorry.
No, it was wonderful. I heard a couple of things. So one of the key ones is that you got to build your mind as well, right? So if you're wanting to build your body and you feel out of shape in your body, there's a good chance that the sickness is probably in your mind and maybe not in your body.
Yeah.
Right. So listening to audibles and listening to other motivating people like Carrie Marie can really help you because she's all the time sharing everything she learns. And also to just take that first step. Like a lot of us probably fell off the wagon last year with COVID. It was a tough year emotionally. It was a tough year just from a lot of facets. We lost contact with our loved ones. We felt afraid. We were locked at home. We couldn't go to the gym. But, today's a new day and today's the start of the rest of your life. So you could start today getting back into kickboxing, do it with a friend. Right. And now you're building your heart too, because you're reaching out to a friend and you guys are enjoying that time. So you got your body and your heart going at the same time. And I love multitasking. It's like so nice, isn't it?
Yes.
As a mom of 3 and cats and a job, like you got a side business, like a side hustle with your regular job. How do you fit in building your mind as well? How do you fit that around all the things you have going on?
So I actually listen to a lot of motivational podcasts and audiobooks. Audiobooks has been my thing lately. I've just been like 2 a week. And because for me, it's very hard for me to find the time to sit down and read an actual physical book. Although a lot of times if I get an audiobook, I'll also get the physical book. So that way I can go back in and visually see it as well if there's a piece that stands out to me. Yeah. But I have found that I'm able to really just learn a lot by listening to audiobooks when I'm doing things that don't really require a lot of thought. So when I'm showering and getting ready for the day, when I'm driving, which I guess should require more thought than what I give it, but I do listen to audiobooks in the car. Maybe it's dangerous, maybe not. When I'm, just doing chores around the house, and, I feel like that was probably one of my my downsides that I had was that I always thought I was too busy. I always thought I was too busy to work on myself. Like, I don't have time to read. I don't have time to meditate. Yes, everybody talks about how great it is and all the benefits of meditating, but I don't have time for that. I can't sit still. My mind is always racing. I'm going here, there, and all over the place. And then I realized, no, I can make the time. I need to do this. And so in addition to reading the audiobooks every day while I'm doing other things that don't really require a lot of thought, folding laundry doesn't require a lot of thought. I can be listening to an audiobook, learning new things. But then the meditating, I have been trying to meditate for at least 10 to 15 minutes in the morning and then another 10 or 15 minutes at night. It's not that long. It doesn't actually take up that much of my day, but it is so important. I can't imagine going a day without it now. And here I was the person that literally a year ago, if you were to tell me I meditated every day, I'd be like, yeah, you're crazy. There's no way I would meditate because I don't have time for that. I can't focus my brain on anything other than all the stuff I have going on. But I found that has helped me a lot. I was able to push through a lot of things that I had going on in my brain. And we don't realize how much we hold on to. And how much we there are things that have happened to us or experiences, and we have like kind of set thoughts in our brain from times when we were young, or, just different experiences that we've had over the years that kind of just put blocks in our head. And we think we can't do things even when we actually can, but because of past experiences or what people have told us that may be good intentions, but not super helpful when you're trying to move past something. And so meditating has been huge for that. I do guided ones because I'm not quite to a point yet where I can just sit and meditate on my own, but I'm getting there. I'll be able to one day. And the guided is super helpful for me because I can find ones that are specific to the things that I'm trying to work on in myself. Sometimes it's just gratitude ones. Gratitude ones are the go-to for me. If I can't think of a specific topic that I want to be meditating on, I always do gratitude. Always, because there's just so much to be grateful for that they just like fill your heart. Every time I listen to, there's this one I listen to, I think it's like 10 or 12 minutes. It was the very first one I ever did. And that's how it stuck with me, that I'm like, I can do this. Because it made me so excited and happy to be like listing through all of these things in life that I can be grateful for. And I think when we're to that point where we're stuck, we forget about those things. We don't think about how many things we actually have in our lives to be grateful for. And it just, thinking about it right now is making me just so happy.
I can see that. Oh my goodness. So I heard a couple of things that are important for you guys out there. So we all can stay in the loop of saying that we're too busy to build ourselves, but you can always find 15 minutes. We need to clean our house. We need to drive in the car. I highly recommend the Drive Time Library as well. It'll put you in a better mood. You won't be as mad about stressful traffic, and you're building your mind while you're driving, while you're getting ready. And right. So you're fitting in 15 minutes here and there. 15 minutes in a year is 90 hours. Wow. Right. And 90 hours is a lot of things you could be doing. And Carrie Marie, by starting with one, she started on a meditation. And now look, she does a meditation in the morning, a meditation at night. She listens to something while she's driving. She listens to something while she's cleaning her house. You've probably taken at least an hour a day of time, right? That's now dedicated to building you, which is just incredible. And you didn't have to stop cleaning your house. You didn't have to upend your life. Everything gets done. And you're probably happier when you do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It makes me so happy. And the fact that I'm just learning so many new things. I feel like I'm just a lifelong learner. I just absolutely love learning about new things. And especially when the things that I'm learning can better myself, but also so that I'm able to better help other people as well, because I just absolutely love to do that. And I realized I was missing that piece. I was always just trying to help other people, but wasn't taking a step back and looking at the whole picture and caring for myself first, so that then I could better care for other people. And another little tidbit that I have, something that's my little hack that I love to do so that I can listen to even more audiobooks, is that I listen to it on 1.5 speed.
I do that too.
Yeah. Sometimes a little bit higher pitched. Sometimes if it's, and it depends on the person's voice of who's reading it. Sometimes if the person's voice is already a little bit on the higher pitch side, I can't do the 1.5 speed because it's too hard to understand for me, or it goes too fast if they're a fast speaker like me, because I'm a fast speaker. There's no way I'd be able to listen to myself on 1.5 speed.
Right.
But I do that for the other books, especially if it's, I started doing it kind of on accident. I was listening to an audiobook and the person was a very, very slow speaker. And I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can even listen to this because it's so slow. And I feel like, come on, get to the point. And then I realized that you could adjust the speed. I'm like, oh, this is so great. I'm going to listen to it on 1.5 or 2 speed, 2 times. And so I started listening to it on that. And I'm like, wow, I'm getting through this book super fast. I'm going to do this from now on. So that's where I started.
That's an acquired skill. I started doing that too. I listened at about 1.5. I had somebody who listened at 2 and I'm like, wow, I don't know if I could do that. But yeah, I love Bruce Wilkinson, and I love people who read their own books, but he's obviously really practiced to speak very slowly so everybody can understand it. And now I can hardly listen at the normal speed.
Yeah. I just finished a book. This is one that I'm letting people know about as well. It's called The Miracle Mentality by Tim Story. So good. I bought the physical book and I listened to the audiobook because it's incredible. What an amazing, inspiring story. So if you have not read it yet, it's brand new. So probably most people have not read it yet. So I definitely recommend it.
I'm going to go find that one.
I mean, I can go on and on with all the books I recommend. I won't waste everybody's time. If they would like book recommendations, I'm happy to share. But
I've loved this so much. And for those of you out there, if you're like, I got to have more Carrie Marie, I don't blame you. I would definitely follow her. She's on buildingupward.net. You can get the links to everywhere she is. She's on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and everywhere. So make sure you get her hacks, her life hacks, and it will help you to build your mind, boost your body, build your spirit, and to get back to living your big, bold, beautiful life. I've appreciated this time with you so much. Thank you, Carrie Marie.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so great. Thank you.
Of course. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.